everybody. Welcome back to Wrasslin for Life Network. I am LJ and I'm here with your daily wrestling news. But you guys know what comes first. That's right. Yesterday, the day before, I don't know, it's been a long day of memes. We had the slap heard round the world. Well, today, it's the body slam heard round the world. That's right. In 1987, Hulk Hogan defeated Andre the Giant at the WWF's WrestleMania number 3. And he retained the WWF Championship. The loss was billed as the first time Andre was defeated via pinfall and is mainly remembered for Hulk Hogan picking up the Giant and hitting what would be known as the body slam heard around the world. Hulk Hogan then finished him off with a leg drop, his signature leg drop, and got the pinfall. So it is very fun for all of those diehard wrestling fans. I know you guys know this moment, and today is the day that it happened in 1987. And yes, look at all this production value. We got pictures and everything. And I thank the guys on the channel for me missing yesterday. I apologize to all the fans, but you guys still got a wonderful news show with Will and KJ, and I think they're awesome. I think they did a good job reporting the news. So, hey, I'm not the only one that can do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. But we are here, and I'm here again. I'm feeling better, and my technology is all better too. So we will get right into the news. Our first story today is all about Mr. Tyson Kidd, Mr. Natalya Hart. Yeah, also the Canadian. Look at that. Canada, Tyson Kidd, Natalya. We're good. We're safe. We got it. Natalya. Well, we have an update on his backstage presence because I've been keeping you guys updated. He wasn't there for the Royal Rumble, specifically the women's, which he usually works in the WWE women's division, making the storylines the best because, hello, who else is going to do it? Him, yeah. And all the women love working with him. Everybody backstage loves working with him. So it was a very big deal when he wasn't there for the Royal Rumble. They even lost a person who didn't want to be in it because they said, if he's not producing it, I'm not being involved. So respect. They didn't name who that was, but we do have an update on Mr. Tyson Kidd's. He said that an update, Frightful Select reports that Tyson Kidd was listed as a producer slash agent on the internal run sheet for last night's Raw. I apologize for fumbling over my words. I am racing against the clock of a construction that happens right above my head. Yeah, so I am racing against the clock because they're on lunch and I'm said, well, this must be the best time. So back to the story. He does function perfectly well with his neck, even though it was horribly, hurt. But he still gets terrible flare-ups considering, although he had his neck fused. So it's good to know that he is still backstage, is still internally listed as being part of the shows. He's probably just still coming back in very slowly. He did take some time off. It was also winter, and from somebody with a chronic illness, winter is the worst time. So even though he does live in a fairly warm climate, he does still have to travel, and that can do a lot for a body that has already been through a lot. So I hope he's getting better. It already sounds like he is since he's on internal documents. So I'm sure I'm sure he's definitely going to be there for WrestleMania because the women's division always knows how to kick ass, and he's usually behind the scenes making sure everybody gets their spot and it goes safely. So lots of props, and I hope he's back soon. Our next story is, who is this? Yes, it is Booker T. Yes, I will be 100%. I'll be 100 on this. Of course, WWE Hall of Famer Booker T has called out AEW's Dax Harwood. it's kind of like back and forth. They both called each other out. Booker T was announcing his in-ring return in January. Told Sting he was too old to wrestle. Said he knew when to hang up the boots. Lyra says, hypocrite. Sorry, we're not there yet. They were on Twitter after all of that announcements that he will be having an in-ring debut, and it very much went along the lines of FTR tag team. Harwood wants to fight, the Harlem Heat. He wants that dream match. He wants that clash. He wants the dream match. He doesn't care where he's got to go. He wants that match. To which Booker T did respond is he can't make his brother do anything like his tag team brother, and but he would very much like to step one-on-one in the ring with Dax. So, maybe we will see those two. And, Dax Harwood there. I was going to find a picture of them alone, but that's the best quality picture I got there. So that one. He did say, with Booker T did say a little bit of, good things towards Dax Harwood, where he said, I see you as a student of the game. You're like a throwback to back in the day. That's an oxymoron. That's an you just repeated yourself, sir. Anyway, you remind me of Arn Anderson, Minnesota Wrecking Crew back in the day. But even the Wrecking Crew can take the wrecking ball. I think he's trying to insinuate he's the wrecking ball, but he worded it interestingly. That's fine. He's focused on getting in the ring, but I would actually very much like to see that if we could have a dream match between Harlem Heat and FTR. I think that would be really, really cool. I think that'd be actually really, really cool. But you guys let me know down in the comments what you think of that dream match, and if Booker T should maybe take back a few comments he said about Sting wrestling, because he said, oh, some people should know when to hang up the boots, because, I did. Next. That's right, Finn Balor. Now, this one's a little bit of a shorter one because it involves LJ Says, and you'll understand in just a minute because, yes, the United States Champion, Finn Balor, Fergal Devitt, Prince Devitt, is not listed on the WrestleMania card, and he's now been demoted to WWE main event because the spoilers have come out for that, and he was involved in that. He joins main event with people like Cedric Alexander, Apollo Crews, and sometimes Veer Mahan when they can find him. And there have been many reports that Vince McMahon isn't exactly the biggest fan of Balor, and it seems they may well be true. They may be considering in the past few weeks of booking. They have no idea what they're doing. So,
Shut up!
Nothing for him. Nothing for this. I'm pretty sure NXT champion, possible UK NXT champion. I gotta recheck that. Current United States champion, not 24/7 champion, not intercontinental Okay. Calm, LJ. Calm. Nothing for him. Nothing for him. The man who has so many fans, we are willing to look over the fact you made him flop like a fish last year at Backlash, okay? So if we're willing to look over that, how about you just sit down and you shut up and you let Finn Balor be Finn fucking Balor. I guarantee that'll make you more money and put more asses in seats. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Because I don't know about you, but if we just let Fergal Devitt go off and let him create his own storyline, pretty damn sure it's gonna be good. Well, you guys are lucky. Look at that. I wasn't here yesterday, but you got 2 complaints from me. 2 things LJ says. Yes. Secretly, this segment was supposed to be LJ says shut up and sit down, until they brought out that weird shush segment on, I want to say, NXT or NXT Level Up or NXT something stupid. So I said I'm getting rid of that, and now it is just like Penta says. LJ says. But I am 100% not as cool as Alex Abrahantes or Penta Scioro or Zero Miedo. Zero Miedo. Anyway, we are almost done our news. I'm just getting sidetracked here. We have, that's right, Swerve Strickland, AEW's newest signee. He has filed for a few U.S. patents because, you know, when you're a big famous pro wrestler, you gotta make sure you got those trademarks on lock. We've learned that from WWE. He has filed for Strickland, real name Stephen Jermaine Strickland. Pretty cool name for on the level of names that could be wrestlers. They're very interesting. They're CM Punk Phillip. It's awesome. I love that. Anyway, he is filed for Swerve with a 3 instead of a W. I mean, with a W instead of an E after the W, and the realist Shane Swerve Strickland. These trademarks are to cover all entertainment services, so you know there's going to be more t-shirts coming, because they are just a t-shirt company. Just kidding. We know how wonderful they are. But our last story today is a little bit of a critique of AEW from somebody inside. So here, I'll just introduce it with a picture, okay? Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong son. Whoops. I get them confused sometimes. They just look so alike. On the latest episode of the Arn Show, he talked about all the AEW talent disappearing on TV and how that causes long-term problems. So this isn't somebody from the dirt sheets. This isn't somebody from the other company. This isn't some disgruntled wrestler that could have gotten fired and could maybe be angry. This is from Arn the Glock Anderson. So I gotta say, we might want to, like, maybe Tony wants to, you know, perk up his ears a little bit. You can't even see my ears in my hair. That's awesome. I have tiny ears anyway, but that's so cool. Anyway, he is quoted on saying on his show, I 100% agree, my son being one of those. If you remember correctly, his debut match was being partnered with Cody. They had a really good match with QT and one of the other kids, and it's been so far back, nobody remembers it. That had his 3 or 4 weeks. I think he means just after 3 or 4 weeks, nobody remembered it at all. And from, you know, yesterday's reports of MJF getting in a heated debate with Tony Khan, the only phrase that I heard thrown around that didn't seem like to be honest, I thought it sounded like a complete work, but that's my opinion, not anyone else's. I'm hearing this from Arn makes me very much hear what was parroted after MJF, that he was one of Cody's guys. And similar to Paul Heyman's guys in WWE, when they fire the leader, or the leader leaves, or Paul Heyman doesn't get those guys, or Paul Heyman angers somebody, his guys go down the card. So is it possible that maybe everybody that Cody's brought in, maybe he's going to have maybe a little bit of internal conflict trying to grow back up the card? I have no idea. I'm just guessing because we still have no detail on the Cody situation. So he did continue and say now to Tony Khan that Arn made it clear that he is not knocking Tony Khan because he realizes that Khan is trying to do when he cycles talent in and out, he doesn't want people to be used too much. He doesn't want to be like other companies that only feature 4 people all the time. But he did continue to say, in his defense, people getting sick of me singing Tony's praises, you know, because people always think since you work with him, you have to, you're the shill, you know. That's for Arn, not me. I'm rewording some stuff. He's an older gentleman. He said that now Tony knows what he wants out of the shows. We support him 100%. I do agree that talent doesn't get exposed. Dante Martin is a very special kid. He got springs like nobody else in the business. Just a short time back, he had 2 or 3 or 4 really, really good matches, and now they disappeared down to dark. It's a dilemma that we have, and we have to figure out. That's going, and he, at that point, I very much agree, because, you know, Dante Martin is a very big part of this. You had Leo Rush pairing with him. You had him tag teaming with everybody. You had him really showing off, really making a name for himself, and then now his brother's finally back. Top Flight's back together, and you push him down back to dark? That shouldn't be happening. Dark and Elevation should be reserved for the, you know, the building up of storylines, the building up of wrestlers, the more getting used to being out there, being in the ring, being involved in storylines. You shouldn't push people back down when they just sprung back up. Come on, Tony. I know you're a smart man. I'm sure you got something up your sleeve. Come on. He also talked about bringing Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, however you want to call him, and CM Punk and all these other big guys in there. He mentioned that that's going to kind of push everybody else down a notch, because those guys cost a heap of money to employ. That's a dilemma we have, and we have to figure out, because Tony's intentions are giving people who are avid wrestling fans and intelligent folks what they want. So it's very refreshing to hear that a wrestling promotion is very up to listening to their fans and giving them what they want. And it's good to know that the internal people do see and talk about the exact same thing that we do, that, oh no, just hiring these bigger guys push the lower guys down the card, but we started with the lower guys, why aren't they up higher? It's very refreshing and very nice to hear that he is sticking up for those points. And it's not dirt sheet talk. It's people internally that are having these discussions and saying the problems and openly saying they want to fix them. So in my opinion, that is the healthiest way to deal with it, and I'm sure it'll only get better. Tony's also probably a little bit busy with the Ring of Honor stuff right now, so a little up and down, give and take. But that is it for the news. But I do have, of course, one thing left to do. That's right, question of the day. Now, here's a question that I love asking people, but I rarely get an answer because you have to think so hard about it. So I hope everybody gets the chance to think real hard about this one and put it down in the comments. What would your entrance song be if you were a wrestler? If somebody could just buy any song in existence, all the rights, all the copyright, no fees, all good, what would your song be? Would you be a baby face with like this happy, energetic song? Or would you be a heel with this scary, hard punk rock? What would you be? Do you want screamo? Do you want, you know, house music? Whatever you want. In my opinion, if you're a fan of me or you follow me at all. That's right. That's right. Corey Feldman, that's right. Go for it. I would be in my opinion, I would be a tweener, and I would come out to Corey Feldman's Angelic to the Core CD song, Go For It. You can watch it on YouTube because I've tried to integrate it into videos and it got demonetized. And so far, I only want to make sure we get one video demonetized this year, and that's a surprise, so I'm not telling you. But that is my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs, and I would happily come out wrestling for it if I got the opportunity. It is a pile of cringe, and I love it. So tell me down below what your song would be if you were a wrestler. But that's about it. That has been your daily wrestling news here at Wrasslin for Life Network. Remember to comment, like, and click the bell, and always remember to come back because you never know when we're going to be releasing even more content. Just like tonight, we have an NXT 2.0 watch along, or as we call them, watch parties. So I really hope everybody can come and join us there. And, you know, even if you're not watching NXT, you just come and hang out with us, you know, have some food, have some drinks, hang with some friends, watch some wrestling. That's all we're doing. So thank you very much, and I can't wait to see you guys later.